From a Helldivers Easter egg to Fortnite roasting Allie, here are 50 secrets in Season 4. Okay, so everyone knows about the Tier 1 outfit being a Halo Spartan. It's impossible to avoid, but you might have been staring at this thing and wondered, why is their helmet on fire? Like, that's not something that happens in Halo. Well, it turns out it's a secret item that only the developers could obtain all the way back in Halo 3. This flaming head was given to Bungie employees, so you knew that it was them and they weren't impersonating anyone. And it went so viral in the community because people wanted to find ways to get it. This continued for multiple games and even still exists in the latest Halo as an item only 343 Industries can use, and now you can finally get it for yourself in Fortnite. Now, if you've loaded into OG for its new season, the first thing you'll see is the new lobby background. It's a throwback to the iconic original lobby that most veterans will remember, but you'll also think, hey, something feels different here. Well, they built the thing from scratch, which means you can spot Easter eggs like this Diplodocus, or should I say,
there's a Diplodocus!
Over on the BR Island, there are insect hives everywhere, but what we weren't expecting to see was these mindless bugs create a shrine. Yeah, at the bird gas station, you'll notice they have torn it to shreds and kidnapped the bird mascot, dragging it down the mountain and into their cave where it has become a shrine. Who would have thought that demon insects would worship a turd duck? One of my favorite references is hiding in plain sight over in OG's Battle Pass. The new Rescue Run emote has been getting a lot of attention lately because people are imagining teammates running towards you in slow motion to revive you, which sounds hilarious and toxic, but I'm more interested in the secret reference. This is taken directly from the 90s show Baywatch. Fortnite have also been paying tribute to their roots, as over on the OG Season 5 map, you'll find a ton of builds on the side of the island. Well, anyone who was around back then will know exactly what happened.
Oh no. Oh no. I'm coming for you, boy. I'm coming for you. Hold on. Music's here. Oh no! We killed Chappadoodle!
Yes, the rescue mission that went horribly wrong has been given an even bigger Easter egg. Before, Epic simply put a tombstone down here to mark the occasion, but now they have recreated the entire video in Fortnite, golf cart included. A new season always means saying goodbye to the features we had just gotten used to, like superhero ranks. Now sure, they're back as OXR ranks, but all of the vaults at the Supernova Academy, well, they have been totally cleared out. Now when you go here, you'll find that every locked room is opened and occupied by U2 robots. From these guys praising a chest to an entire room where two bots are playing a board game with an audience. There is seriously stuff going on in every single room here. I suggest coming here yourself and just appreciating the details Fortnite put in. Now, most players are wondering what happened to the obstacle course room. We'll get to that soon because it's a secret you don't want to miss. Before I show you that, you probably noticed these glowing blue boxes all over the map. Sometimes they have a bunch of flying insects. Well, these are fly traps with electric zappers, except sometimes they lure the wrong thing. For example, up at the food truck mountain, it looks like someone put a pizza box in the fly trap and it caused a gnome to sneak in and get trapped inside. Now, something strange is happening over in Fortnite OG. For some reason, there's a brand new wooden animal on the map and it's a howling wolf. Then go to Retail Row and you'll discover that the iconic Nom shop has returned after the sign disappeared, with the letters now saying Moon. So obviously there's some sort of connection to the wolf showing up. Fans think this might be our first teaser for the dire reskin that people have been wanting for 7 years. After all, he was the tier 100 of season 6. It just feels a little strange that Fortnite will be teasing next season when we're like barely over 24 hours into the current one. So we'll have to wait and see what it means. One of the most underrated parts of the new season has to be the secretly updated launch pads. Now sure, they have the same name, but you go way higher now. And guess what happens if you combine it with a Flowberry Fizz? People can't stop talking about the fact that Power Rangers are finally in Fortnite, and while most of them are in the shop, the Green Ranger is in the Battle Pass, and if you take a look at his Dragon's Dagger song, turns out it's a one-to-one recreation of how Tommy summons the Dragon Zord.
I call the power of the dragon!
Also, I really recommend landing at the OXR headquarters, because not only will you find this season's main characters plotting how to defeat the aliens, but you can spot this corkboard that teases the future. It points out weak spots to help you fight them, shows off concept art that we've never seen before, and it shows off 2 upcoming features. This is the tactical airstrike that'll show up in a future update, and this small drawing is of the rolling bug that appears in the trailer. Fortnite's also been pretty sneaky with the new reboot vans this season, because if you want to buy your friend's card, they have made it harder than ever thanks to this van literally on top of a hive tower. Literally everybody can see you bringing back your team from miles away, so thankfully there's no snipers in the loot pool for now. But if you go over here, there's a van surrounded by frogs, so if you ever want to feel like you're doing some kind of frog summoning ritual, well, now you know. Speaking of things you should know, Fortnite's also giving away this season's Tier 1 skin for free. You don't need to own the Battle Pass to get the Halo Spartan. All you need to do is get to level 100, and from August 26th, the skin is yours. Let's take a look at the key art for this season, because if you looked at this and thought, you know, kind of looks familiar, well, you would be right. If you're getting deja vu, it's because this is directly inspired by the art from the first ever Marvel season. Like, they even copied the color scheme. That's not the only thing they copied. You probably realize this whole season is basically just Fortnite Helldivers, and that's proven further by the brand new lead spitter. Sure, it's just a minigun, right? I mean, Helldivers doesn't even have a minigun, except Fortnite copied the gun mechanics. In their game, you aim using a circle that sways around. It is super satisfying for big, heavy weapons, and I guess that's why Fortnite nabbed it for this season. I'm not gonna blame them. I would do the exact same thing because it feels incredible. And one of my favorite characters in the Battle Pass has to be this guy, Agent Patch. I mean, who doesn't love an FBI agent panda bear? But if you look closely, you'll actually notice an insane detail. From his name alone, it's safe to assume he's rocking an eye patch, except take a closer look and you'll realize it's actually not a patch, rather the pattern of his fur. Another secret hiding in the past is the fact that we're getting Megazord. A few weeks ago, leakers revealed he was going to be a playable character similar to Godzilla or Superman, and if you wanted even more proof, take a look at this loading screen where he's towering over the island. This could be the live event that'll close the season, and I would bet money that it has something to do with this monolith. The giant object has appeared on the map out of nowhere with zero explanation so far. It's a super shiny marble with a bunch of cracks, kind of like Daigo's rocks, and it's obviously tied to the storyline and will take us through the season. For now, it's a mystery, but it could be another Fortnite Festival teaser. Maybe you could scout it for yourself with the reporting for duty emote, because it's not only really cool, but also has a hilarious secret. Because it's Patch's emote, if you take a look at the torch he's using, you'll see it's actually made of bamboo, a great panda detail most people have missed. Not the only item in disguise, the brand new pistol this season is basically a shotgun. Wouldn't blame you if you picked it up and actually thought it was. It takes shell ammo, has a wide reticle, even sounds like a shotgun. But this thing is just meant to be a crazy pistol, which means you could actually double pump it. If you decide to take a break from the chaotic fights, make sure to take a look at some of the posters around the OXR bases on the map. A new season means a brand new set of puns and references to find on these things, like war propaganda with fly swatters. My personal favorite is Fishstick promoting the business by recreating so many of the pointing gun memes. This goes even further because you could also find promotions for things like bug spray and flip-flops, and it cases them around the island stocked up to fight the horde. Bug spray is obvious, but if you're wondering why there's flip-flops, it's a joke at how it's everyone's go-to weapon to smack a fly on the wall. Like, even the frog family is tired of the infestation. Turns out they have stopped playing table tennis and arcade games to join the war effort. Now they're in battle mode with OXR, plotting out ways to take down the swarm of bugs. Also on the team is Battle Gamer May. She's a brand new skin in the past who literally controls her bionic arms with a gaming controller. But did you know this isn't the first time we've seen her? As the name suggests, this is actually May from Chapter 4 Season 4, part of the Heist crew. Back then, she was still playing retro games and creating cool tech, so it's no surprise that she made these arms for herself. In fact, you could even take a look at her second style for Chill Gamer, and if the color scheme seems a little familiar, it is taken directly from the original May's deboot variant. If you want to meet her for yourself, head to OXR HQ and you'll find her NPC to interact with. But speak with her and you'll get lines like ooh woo, so obviously she's like a gamer girl, but it's also a throwback to her first NPC who said the same thing, and even the original set's name. Another great set comes straight from Deadmau5. He dropped in the shop just before the new season, but he's hiding an adorable secret that you probably missed. Right on his shirt is a picture of a cat. Cute, right? Well, this is Meowington, his own cat who sadly passed away in 2023. He's always been a big part of his career, featured on merch, socials, even in album covers. So of course, when designing his Fortnite skin with Epic, he couldn't go without including him on there, immortalizing him in the game forever. Now, if you thought Epic copying the minigun from Helldivers wasn't enough, they went even further. The opening cinematic to the season references the game directly when Lieutenant Ripslade stands on top of a pile of bugs in a military propaganda ad. It just feels exactly like this scene from the Helldivers launch trailer. But even that's not the original, because this whole theme is inspired by the first of its kind, Starship Troopers.
Join the mobile infantry and save the world. Service guarantees citizenship.
Okay, so we mentioned the Halo Spartan a bunch, but the secrets keep coming. You might be asking, why doesn't she have a green or black style like Master Chief? And well, this is because Halo originally started with these colors instead. It's red versus blue, so that's the exact styles Fortnite gave us for this skin. More familiar character is our friends, the U2 bots. As you've seen, they have been causing chaos all over the island this year, and the bugs haven't put an end to it either. Now you can find them at new locations like relaxing or falling off the hive or shoved in a locker, even drowning each other in sand at the OXR base. Clearly these guys take nothing seriously, but all of that is nothing compared to when I discovered two of them experimenting on each other inside of a bug zapper. And if you thought the Power Rangers dagger secret from earlier was cool, wait until you see what else is hiding in their set. The back bling in the past is the Power Morpher, which holds the coin they use to transform in the show. So when you get an elim, it reacts like this. Seems like a simple effect, but it's actually taken directly from the scene when they transform. You've also got to morph into a higher rank if you want to speak to some people this season. For whatever reason, certain NPCs at the outpost are locked to rank A or above, meaning they simply won't sell you anything unless you prove you're good enough. Every season, Epic finds a way to add memes to the game. Whether it's "this is fine" or even the world's smallest violin, they always sneak them in. Well, I was hunting for one in season 4 and not really finding anything, but then I rewatched the trailer. This part with Fish Stick definitely looks like the 1,000-year stare meme, right? Tell me I'm not crazy here. Demon Debris is one of the POIs changed in season 4, but besides the boss, this place isn't the best. There isn't much loot, barely any cover, and it's close to the edge of the map, so it's just not worth. Anyway, I had to land here at least once, and while rotating out, I actually found a pretty cool secret. There's a campfire to heal up, but on each side you could find a turtle statue. These are the same ones from the Kung Fu Panda Easter egg earlier in chapter 6, so I thought the collab might have been scrapped, but these little guys, they're giving me hope again. Earlier I talked about the strange monolith on the map, but there's another mystery we need to keep our eyes on. To the west of the hive, you could find an industrial area, not too different from all the other small landmarks around the map, except take a closer look at the top of this tank, and you'll notice a tiny red flower with a wrench next to it. Now, it'd be easy to write this off as a simple map decoration, but it's weirdly placed next to a chest, so they want us to find it. Not to mention, it's like the weirdest place to put random props. I honestly have no idea what this is, but please let me know in the comments if you guys do, because I'm thinking we might be looking at our next teaser for something. And while you're exploring the island, you might have noticed that Pump Power was destroyed. The POI has been taken over by the bug invasion, and now it's home to a bunch of nests and slurp water that heals you. It's honestly a pretty good change, but why'd they gotta do the mascot like that? Not every change is destructive though. Over at Supernova Academy, basically nothing has happened here except the YouTube bots moving. But revisit that hero training course from last season and you'll see it's been removed. Yeah, you can no longer race against the clock, which would make you think that the loot's gone, except head down there and you'll see the locked door is now gone. So just enjoy the free chest and a porta potty to rotate out. Pretty good tip for the early game, but what if you want to jump straight into one of the new boss fights? Well, as you guys know, the queen insects have a massive health pool and are pretty hard to take down, but don't worry because this makes it so much easier. The first tip is to shoot the yellow area under the head. It does way more damage and will take her down twice as fast. Very obvious, but you should know that. Number 2 is to use a swarm strike or the bug gauntlet. These also do increase damage, and yes, the damage stacks when hitting the yellow area as well. If you don't have any special weapons, all you have to do is take a nearby geyser to a high point. Pretty much all the spawns have them, and you can't be hit by the AoE attack on tall rocks or rooftops. Maybe the bug invasion, it's just too much for you, and you prefer the more chill gameplay of OG. Well, the rewards in the brand new pass are actually OG themselves too. Once again, Fortnite has continued the trend of reskinning old cosmetics for some of their pickaxes and gliders, like take Redline for example. She has her pickaxe, which seems cool, but it's actually taken straight from Lucky Rider's Emerald Smasher. What about the Redline Scout Glider? Well, that is ripped from Echo's jet. It's not just her either. Tide Strider's Lifeboard is a reskin of the Cloud Llama board from the Cosmic Summer event, and the Fox Drifter is just a recolor of the Sky Serpent. It's not bad to see reskins of them. After all, they're pretty easy to earn. It just leaves some players feeling a little ripped off. Also, I know Eminem is kinda old news by now, but something happened in the community recently that had me dying. So he was attending an event and getting some photos taken when someone in the crowd yelled this.
Yo, it's the guy from Fortnite.
I guess even Eminem knows the meme. If you thought that was random, wait until you see what's hiding in May's loading screen. It's a brand new artwork for Season 4 that has a ton of details, like the new shoddy on the wall, an OXR plaque, and a bunch of spare parts May's using to upgrade her suit. But anyone who takes an even closer look will realize she has a mug with a Fall Guy bean on it. I haven't seen these guys in a few seasons, so maybe we'll get another obstacle course on the map again soon. That's not the only thing that keen-eyed players notice, because data miners found this extremely goofy picture in the files. So it's a placeholder image, you'd expect it to be low budget or something, but it looks like a dev just whipped this up in paint. Not gonna lie, it's gotta be one of the funniest things found this season. If you know of an Easter egg that wasn't in this video, let me know in the comments below. It's been Tommy, and keep it here on Top 5 Gaming.